Hello and welcome to the BMC Quick Course series. In this quick course, I will show you how to use Change Manager for DB2 to import CDL. The import process allows you to take a file such as CDL, DDL, or work list and import it into Change Manager Work ID. The idea is that you have an input file that needs to go through analysis before it is implemented. The import process would replace the specification process in a work ID. Import and specification update the CD or change definition tables with the modifications or the migrations needed. An import work ID is always going to be created as an alter work ID. When you import a file, Change Manager verifies that the alters are valid prior to a successful population of the CD tables. For instance, imagine you performed a compare and created a CDL file on the newest release of DB2 that contained some parameters that were not available in a prior release. If you attempted to import that CDL in a prior release, import would issue an error and warn you that the parameters are not valid. This early validation saves you time so you don't get to analysis or execution before realizing that you have a problem. An inbound migrate profile could be used here. This feature comes in handy if you are receiving DDL from a vendor and you have some customization for your shop. Using an inbound migrate profile allows Change Manager to apply the customizations automatically, saving you time. Let's see how to import a CDL file. From the main menu, select option 1 to create a new work ID. Enter a new work ID name at the top, select option 2 to create a new work ID and press enter. As I mentioned before, an import work ID is always going to be an alter. Because this is an alter work ID, you cannot select either of the two options at the bottom of the panel. Press F3. Notice on the top right corner that the work ID has been created. Select option 3 to import the file and press enter. If you are using an inbound migrate profile, you would need to enter it next to the migrate profile. Next, select the type of file you are importing, CDL, DDL, or DML. You can run the import in the foreground or in batch. Unless you have a large input file, you should be able to run the import in the foreground as I have chosen here. Press enter. Enter your input file. I've selected all the options on the bottom of the panel, even though it's optional. I always like to look at my input file before importing to make sure I have the right data. Press enter. This is my CDL file. Check the date of when the compare occurred and the scope as you page down through your file. Verify the changes you will eventually analyze. When you are satisfied that these changes are you intend to import, press F3. This is the input to Change Manager. Press F3. Change Manager will always bring you back to this panel and require you to press enter one more time in case you've changed your mind. Notice in the upper right-hand corner that the import was successful. Press F3. At this point, you can go directly to option 5 for Analyze. However, I will show you how to verify the import information, so choose option 4 for Specification and press Enter. Notice in the upper right corner, I placed an S next to Changed Objects List. This will display all the changes in the CD tables associated with this work ID. Press Enter. This is the list of objects that will be altered or dropped. Next to each object on the left side, you will notice an A for alter or a D for drop. If you want to dig deeper and see the actual changes, enter an E next to the object you are interested in to see the details. Press F3. Once satisfied that the modifications are what you want, you are ready to analyze the work ID. From the Work ID action menu, enter option 5 to analyze. From here, you can follow the analyze process as described in the Analyze Quick course. Thank you for your time. For more information on any BMC Change Manager feature, please visit the Change Manager Quick Course series.